Monday is Memorial Day, where we honor those who have lost their lives defending our nation. The Navy SEAL Foundation takes care of military members and their families all year round through various programs. Joining me now is retired Navy SEAL and Navy SEAL Foundation Communications Director, Chris Irwin. Chris, first, thank you for your service to our country and to all the Navy SEALs that are out there. This is a three-day weekend. People are going to be going out and celebrating, but why do we need to remember that Memorial Day is about honoring the fallen and honoring our service members?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think, look, there's a very, very small group of society that becomes members of the military, right, that raises their right hand. But it's an even smaller percentage of that, thankfully, that lose their lives serving the nation, right? So when we talk about things like freedom isn't free, what we're saying is that our way of life as Americans is paid for in human capital. And it's really that tiny group of people. And that's what we have to think about. Well, how do we honor that on a weekend like this? And not only them, but their families as well, right? Like the families of the fallen are the other people that we need to think about how we properly honor this weekend. And
Gold Star Families is something that the Navy SEAL Foundation focuses on, because if we do lose, and we still are losing sometimes in these battle situations.
Yeah, absolutely.
Navy SEALs, I mean, they're still out there around the world risking their lives. I want to point that out.
Yes, of course.
Even though we're not in Afghanistan anymore, there's still plenty of operations that they're carrying out, and their families are the ones that have to carry on, and that's where you really step in.
Yeah, absolutely. We have 5 pillars of support at the Navy SEAL Foundation. One of them is resilience, and that really is all about the Gold Star families, which is families of the fallen, and that is parents, it's children, it's spouses, it's siblings, and we have a whole series of programs that help them. So when they lose somebody, we provide immediate financial assistance, we help with the various funeral arrangements, and we pay for things that the military can't pay for. We provide legal assistance to them and grief counseling. And then we have a series of wellness weekends every year, too, for each segment of those families.
Well, tell us about that, the events, the programs that are available through the foundation.
So, well, in terms of programs overall, we have, like I said, we have 5 pillars of support: strength, resilience, health, education, and community. And we have 30 programs underneath those pillars. And that supports the entire Naval Special Warfare community, what people think of as the SEAL community. So that's active duty, that's veterans, that's families of the fallen. Outside of resilience and Gold Star, I mean, we have this entire thing called the Warrior Fitness Program right now, which is all about sort of like mental and physical rehabilitation for folks. And that's a 4 to 6 week program. We actually just opened up a West Coast facility. And so those are the programs we support. And then we have events throughout the country, throughout the year, that fundraise in support of our programs.
It's not just about Memorial Day. It's all year long is the work.
Chris, one of the scariest stats over the last couple of decades from the war on terror and everything we've been involved with is the 22 veterans a day committing suicide.
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys are involved with that. What specifically do you guys do to try to help with that?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, like one of our things that we, as a nonprofit, are really leading into is mental and brain health, right? So it's a really important thing. So we do a lot to try to help veterans, first of all, just sort of transition, right? So part of that is just making sure that they're set up for success post-military from a career perspective, right? So we do various programs to help them transition effectively from a career standpoint. But then we have various diagnostic programs that we'll send to around the country in order to assess what potentially might be going on from a brain health perspective. But then, like I said, our Warrior Fitness Program is really where we've leaned in and have this 4 to 6 week program that really covers the gamut of sort of mental health type things in addition to physical health, right? It's almost like a reboot for them mentally and physically.
And Tiana, your brother, you were saying, served in the Navy.
Yeah, my brother-in-law has served in the Navy. He's going to be leaving soon. And my sister-in-law moved to Japan for him, has moved around the country for him. And it's very taxing, right? Moving family, kids,
Absolutely.
all of that. That support system. I love that you guys focus on the whole family. Is there networks to connect these families, let's say military widows, military kids, or Navy kids? Are they being connected here?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, in terms of people that are deploying and stationed around the world, right, we do various things to make sure that they're supported, from sort of respite child care to pre and post deployment events, and even if you're stationed in like a remote location, we're providing grants to make sure the kids can get quality education while they're there.
Wonderful.
But then, like in terms of bringing the community together in other ways, we have specialized camps throughout the year, or sorry, in the summer, I should say, summer camps, not throughout the year, but summer camps specifically for children of NSW, and those camps are just
I've been a longtime supporter of Navy SEAL Foundation. You do amazing work.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for your service. And again, it's Memorial Day, time to honor our veterans and our service members. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you.
All right, Chris Irwin.